Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Orb, moving and tucking in real time. I thought we'd try a different setting on the camera today, and we would try being in the backyard in the afternoon where all of the hot sunlight is. It's not quite as cool today as it was yesterday, therefore it no longer feels like fall. I made some notes because I don't actually have anything to talk about personally, but I thought I'd give us a little update on some news around Austin. Yesterday, a 125-foot tower fell over in downtown Austin. The ridiculousness of this is that, well, obviously they're not supposed to fall over, but if you put them upright, they just don't fall over. Lenny's been on and on about how this tower just fell over and nobody can understand. As Lenny says, stupid crane operator. I have to agree. Luckily, nobody was hurt. I'm kind of amazed by that, but the structure that they were working on, large portions of it smashed flat. Also, in the news around here, our wonderful, wonderful toll roads, of which we will be adding, I think, like 5 more, have been double charging since January 50,000 times. Now, they've fixed their system and worked out some bugs in their software, and they swear it won't happen that often. Now, mind you, I would like to see it not happen at all. Not that I drive on toll roads, because I just morally refuse to pay to drive on a road I have already paid for with gas taxes. But there you have it. And did you know Austin is going to have 12 toll roads, more than Dallas or Houston, which are like giant cities with real traffic problems. I'm pretty opposed to the whole toll road thing, but they voted a few days ago, I think like 2 days ago, to add these 5 more toll roads, some of which are existing roads. In fact, I think all of them are existing roads that they're just going to rebuild and redo and add toll booths on and expect us to pay to drive on them. The only one that actually affects me is the small bit, like 2-point-something miles, at the Y in Oak Hill, which is where 290 goes along and 71 splits off and goes one way, and 290 goes to my mother's house. I am never going to pay a toll, even though I have a toll tag on the truck. That's just there in case I have a brain fart moment on the highway and somehow manage to miss one of those last free exits and end up having to go through a toll booth. Here's hoping they don't double charge me. So I investigated on Google Maps ways to get to my mom's house that doesn't involve going through the Y. I actually found a really nice collection of country roads and rural roads, one of which goes through Pedernales State Park, and I think the next time I go through there, I'm going to try that little route. It actually cuts a few miles off my trip, and I have a feeling it's going to be a lot prettier ride. If nothing else, it'll be something different to look at. Do you hear these airplanes? We really don't live that close to an airport. I mean, not a big airport. We used to live real close to the big airport, but then they moved it. It was so kind of them. We still hear just as many planes, just as loud. Moving on with Austin news. Oh, Texas has the 4th most poisonous public waters in the United States of America. Half of our water sources, lakes, rivers, creeks, what have you, you can't fish or swim in because of pollution levels. This is totally appalling to me. And it doesn't inspire me to ever want to go fishing again. I'd say never go swimming again either, but I don't go swimming because I'm the only Pisces on the planet that doesn't know how to swim, I think. But we are 4th beneath Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. New York, no real surprise. I mean, New York's got so many people living in such a small space. But I was really pretty upset reading about Texas being fourth on that list. Why? Why are our public waterways deadly to fish and humans? I just don't get it. Geez, is this like the time when all planes fly over my house? I guess I'll have to start paying attention to that a little more. Oh, and they're going to start steroid testing high school athletes sometime this month. This is something else I'm actually opposed to. You wouldn't think I would be opposed to it, but I am. Why? Because I believe educators should connect with their students well enough that you can tell if your student is using drugs. I've been an educator. I was a teacher at several levels. If you can't even pay enough attention to your students to determine if they're shooting up steroids to get big and beefy, you shouldn't be an educator. And that includes coaches. Coaches have to go through education to become coaches, and obviously they're not learning anything. Well, God. What kind is this? A jet. Looks like a private one. Maybe it's Bill Gates. Moving on. Oh, and this just in, there was a shooting at a car dealership just down the highway. Apparently, all I've heard so far is that some guy came into this car dealership down on 183, and he just started shooting around, and then he killed himself. Apparently, he's the only one that got injured. Well, he's dead, but I guess that is injured. Lots of crazy people in the world, huh? I don't know if there actually are more crazy people in the world or if we're just hearing about it more often. But it seems to me there are a lot more crazy people in the world these days. I mean, crazier than me. Oh, and another little news tidbit that I just heard about before I came outside, diploma mills. It seems that the administrator or supervisor or whatever they want to call him over there at Liberty Hill ISD in Williamson County isn't actually a doctor. He does not hold an actual PhD. He got his degree from one of those diploma mills. And his response was, well, I'm going to do a wonderful job for everybody and blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, you know what? Some of us actually went to college. And we'd like to have cushy little jobs in Williamson County being supervisors of independent school districts. But alas, our education is worthless because we studied English and fine arts and literature and music, thereby obviously making us less intelligent than people who have fake diplomas from a diploma mill. No, I'm not better at all. But it's just kind of interesting that the superintendent of a school district right here in the area has a fake diploma, and he's like completely nonchalant about it. Also, in Williamson County, there's one of the guys on their higher education board promoting higher education to students also has one. He actually has one from LaSalle University, which I'm thinking just about anybody remembers hearing about LaSalle, at least here in Texas. It's a diploma mill out of Louisiana that doesn't even exist anymore. And why didn't I think of this? I actually have all of the credits for my PhD. I just never quite got beyond that, thesis writing thing. And then life changed and I just didn't really give a shit anymore. Oops. Guess can't say that during the news, can I? I just didn't give a poo anymore. That about sums it up in Austin news. Let's talk about the weather, That's always a good subject.